Good morning. The last few weeks have been a bit of a whirlwind. I announced my career change to you guys and there was a lot of positive response. And then I made a video to Jack Conti, the CEO of Patreon, through our shared love of Vlogbrothers. And not only did Jack respond, which was really awesome, John Green responded. Whew. And to top it all off, someone made a response video to my response video, to Jack's response video, to Casey's video. And now random strangers on the internet see me as successful, I guess. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm really excited and really happy. But right now, like right this second, I feel like a failure. Yesterday, I failed to write this very video, so I'm behind schedule and irritated and nervous that I'm not gonna get it out on time. My last video took me longer than usual and it made the podcast late, and so I'm sure I disappointed some folks there. And every morning I've been waking up in a room that I'm too tired to clean because I'm too busy being successful. And of course I don't actually deserve success because I failed Algebra 1 in the 7th grade and then continued to suck at math for the rest of my academic career, which might seem out of place, but I do software engineering for a living, and aren't you supposed to be good at math to do that? How can a successful graduate of a computer science program suck at math? Well, I'll explain that actually. But first, I've gotta clean this room. Much better. Walk with me. So it all started when I was in the 1st grade at Lake Forest Elementary School. Why do all of your stories have to go back to childhood?
To understand where you're going, you must first understand where you've been, I guess.
Okay, Dumbledore.
Carl Sagan, actually.
This is why nobody likes you.
So back in elementary school, I was actually just intuitively good at school, which sounds nice, but probably contributed to a lack of grit down the line. I never did any homework, and I was literally the citizen of the year at my elementary school. Yikes. This eventually caught up to me in middle school because all I wanted to do was play RuneScape with my friends, and I couldn't possibly devote any time to school. And because of that, I just got a straight up F in my Algebra 1 class. I hid my report card for as long as I could, but when my parents found it, ooh! My butt is sore for some reason. This was actually one of the first times my f***ups actually had any consequences, because I did care about school, but before that point, I had no reason to change any of my behavior. You see, when you don't do any of your homework, it can have an impact on your grade. Fun fact, I passed the class the next year, but I was already starting to see math as something I wasn't good at. And that was only because I had to work to understand it. So failure has the... Okay, it's too loud to film. What flavor is this? Guava lihimui. Failure does this weird thing where it triggers this fight or flight survival instinct. Like our brains chemically react as if we're in some sort of existential danger. Like imagine there's a door, and then when you open that door, it reveals a tiger running straight towards you. The tiger is failure in this metaphor. Naturally, you close the door and never open it again, right? The stakes are too high. It's just not worth it to open that door. In actuality, the stakes are much lower for most failure, but our brains are dumb. Most of my life's anxieties are caused by the conflict between my animal brain, who's all like, there's a tiger back there, and my logical brain, who's like, that's not a tiger, man. That's Tiger Woods. That's worse. That one bad math experience caused me to shut the door on math completely, and that turned into a self-fulfilling prophecy where I just told myself that I wasn't a math person, which is silly for so many reasons. For one, math is too broad to be universally bad at. Like, nobody is bad at all math. But despite the fact that math itself has breadth and variety, math classes, on the other hand, have the opposite. They all look the same, they all smell the same, they all have the same chalkboards and weird math pun posters on the wall. Like, every time I would walk into a math class, it would trigger my PTSD from the 7th grade. It was like visiting the scene of a crime.
Mahogany. What's this? That poor soul. He tried to factor an unfactorable polynomial. Child's play.
Also, failure in and of itself is a gift. Failure is just feedback. It's just data that can help you learn your limits in a way that you can't with success. In the 7th grade, for example, I learned the limits of my ability to do math the first time it's explained to me without doing any homework at all. That doesn't mean it's a permanent sentence on my ability to do math ever. I was trying to get a time lapse, but it's so windy. Yep. All right, back here, I guess. You can't get better at anything without failing. But with success, you have no idea what's working and what isn't, so you can develop bad habits, like, to make up a completely fake example, not doing your homework. It's hard though, because I'm so guilty of wanting to be good at stuff the first time I try it, and if I'm not, I just think it's not for me, but that's such BS. You will improve over time, I guarantee it. And if you don't improve as much as you want, well, congrats, you've learned something. Failure of all kinds is not diametrically opposed to success. It's like a necessary part of it. And I feel like a motivational guru person saying this, but it's true. Which brings me back to yesterday. Haha, got him. I'm still here. I just wanted to practice that effect. See, I like took off my jacket. Okay, yesterday. Yesterday, I couldn't even write this video. I tried and all that came out was this. I couldn't even spell show right. This video isn't coming from a place of, oh, I figured it out. I still struggle with this stuff all the time. Nowadays, it's a matter of coping with the feeling when it comes and trying to weather the storm. It can be hard though when you tell yourself that you're bad at something, and it can be even worse if you actually believe it. But I like to think of things that I can actually control. My GPA is bad. Will I ever get a job? Well, are you still in school? Then do something about it. And if you're about to graduate, then focus on something you can actually control, like your resume or your project experience. There's always something you can do. There's no such thing as permanent failure. All I'm trying to say is you have agency here. Whatever isn't working right now is not a destiny that was chosen for you. Try something else. In college, I kept failing my Calculus 3 test and had to drop the class like 3 times. So eventually, I started going to office hours and talking to the TAs and talking to my friends. I eventually found a way to get the material into my brain, or take it with an easy enough professor. And at the end of the day, when I dropped Calc 3 for the 3rd time, or yesterday when the video just wasn't coming out, I didn't let failure stop me, I think. I mean, basically everything did go wrong while I was filming this video. Did the video come out? Are you watching this? Is there anybody out there? Yes, the video's out. What do you want, a parade? I mean, it would be nice. You know that I hate you, right? Sorry, man.